Well, guess what? He ruptured his patella tendon. Now, whether it was during a practice or during a game, I'll tell you which, but it doesn't matter. It happened during a practice. The fact is, he's out for the year. And you may say, no problem, injuries happen. As a matter of fact, we spend spring training doing nothing but going through who's got shoulder soreness, who's got bicep soreness, a flexor strain, who needs Tommy John, who pulled their hammy. The thing is, in football, we talk about guaranteed contracts. We watch Pablo Torre Finds Out, newly with The Athletic, and we talk about what goes on with grievances and why teams don't want to fully guaranteed contracts. Well, this guy, Rashawn Slater, no schlepper. As a matter of fact, about 11 days ago, now Coco will tell you if you can go back to an episode of Nothing Personal and hear about it, don't remember, but maybe. But 11 days ago, he signed a 4-year, $113 million contract with $92 million guaranteed. So forget the 113 because we only talk about what's guaranteed at signing. Take 92 divided by 4. And I can do very quick math, and I can tell you that that seems like, just to me, that he's getting about, just we'll say it, about $23 million a year. $23 million a year. That made him the highest paid offensive lineman by average annual pay in the history of the NFL. 11 days later, 25% of that contract, you can rip it up, burn it, smoke it, swallow it, do whatever you want with it, because it's done. And guess what? He's getting 25% of the $92 million. Now, we could look at that contract and we could go on a website and we could see that maybe it's split a little differently, that maybe there's more guarantee in the second, third, or fourth year. Maybe there's more guarantee in the first year. Maybe there was signing bonus, but that's not the point of the story. The point is that my issue with baseball, where we are throwing out guaranteed, and I mean all guaranteed at signing when you sign a free agent, or you sign Roman Anthony, you sign a pre-arbitration deal that gets celebrated all over the internet, all through the halls of baseball. The excitement through the union and through the ownership ranks, we locked up our young guy. Can you imagine a business where it's not just a small percentage that you say, oh, I'm going to open a retail clothing store and I think that we'll get 2 shirts stolen per day, 1 pair of pants, and 1 brassiere? Can you imagine if you open a clothing store and assume by the end of every day that 25% of your inventory would just be gone and then you'd have to replace it? And then you'll say, but David, you've got salary caps, so therefore it's the same thing. What's the difference? You know very well how that works, don't you? You know very well the way dead cap money works. You know very well the way teams are able to go over the salary cap, the way they're able to maneuver. So the fact of the matter is you're spending a ton of money on players who aren't performing. And you ask yourself, what kind of collusion is going on? And I tell you, I can't think of any. None. In 2023, 2 years ago, Slater tore his bicep in week 3 against the Jaguars and was out for the rest of the season. That's 2 seasons out of 3 that he's gone. Should he even be considered one of the best left tackles? Should he have been in the running to be the highest paid left tackle? The problem is when you're running a team, you can't assume injury, which stinks because that's all I ever used to think about.